Hey, I'm Jennifer, and I can't believe I made it this far. I'm 28 years old, and I have 5 diseases, and I can't believe I survived this long. Um, I've been diagnosed with lupus. I've been diagnosed with vasculitis. I have 2 hearing aids. I have Cogan syndrome, and I have uveitis. That's actually chronic anterior uveitis, and I also have something called Praise pseudotumors, CEBRITI, which simply just means the spinal fluid in my spine just likes to stay in one place, which is my eyes, my brain, or your back. And it likes to swell up those places. And I've had 7 spinal taps for that one issue, and I've survived every single one of them. The 6th time that the doctor did the spinal tap, the 6th time, they put the needle in the wrong way, and they ended up taking out blood instead of fluid. And I remember being in so much pain and crying and screaming at the top of my lungs and holding my foster mom's hand because it hurted so badly. And my foster mom didn't have much of her hand left because I was squeezing it so hard. Like, lost all numbness. And I remember when I was about 21 years old, and I had this doctor for such a long time, and she let me go because I didn't have lupus anymore, according to the lab work that she was taking. It was always negative. And it was very confusing because I had lupus ever since I was born, or when they diagnosed me when I was 12. And when I was 21, to find out that I don't have it anymore, or that I was misdiagnosed, or something was weird. And I survived that. But those of you who have lupus and know how crazy it is, it can be very painful. I've been there. You will feel so tired, so lazy, have absolutely no energy to get out of bed, no energy to stop watching TV. Exercise doesn't always help. And more medications, it just doesn't always help. There are always people trying to encourage me in growing up, which was helpful. So if you had that, people that encourage you, friends, load yourself up on that. Vasculitis and Cogan syndrome and uveitis are very painful as well. Uveitis makes my eyes red, extremely red, like I'm a vampire all of a sudden. Maybe not like that, but something pretty close, like a red tomato, or very red, very red. And I feel the symptoms before the doctor even takes a look at me. And there's a lot of blurry vision, and I have to use a lot of steroid drops just to calm down the redness and the inflammation in the eyes. My inflammation likes to attack my eyes a lot. I would complain to my foster parents all the time about how much pain I was in. They were amazing foster parents. But I have been in homes where foster care has been the most awful thing, so I completely understand that as well. But I'm making this video to say that it is possible to survive anything. Literally anything. Especially with God on your side and a whole bunch of friends. Cogan syndrome is basically a part of the hearing loss, and it's part of your immune system as well. I don't know that much about it, but I know I'm missing a lot of my hearing because of it. And I have to have hearing aids and depend on everything, all kinds of help, interpreters, note-taking. I have to depend on some things for vision. Some of the text on my phone has to be large. Some of the text on the computer has to be totally increased. I have to be so close to the computer, which is probably not a good idea. Or have the phone so close to my face, which is probably not a good idea either. But that's what the uveitis and the Cogan syndrome limits me to. And you have to find ways around it. For the vasculitis, I have large vessel vasculitis. That's what Cogan syndrome and uveitis is. So I have those two. So they all work together like a family tree, basically. And Cogan syndrome is the main part of it. And then it goes down. But yeah, I'm 28 years old. I didn't think I'd make it this far. I think that's a real gift, a real miracle. So, yeah, I definitely want to continue whatever this is. It's amazing. But, yeah, that's me.